Toydarian Toymakers, a specific toy shop coming to Galaxy's Edge. This is right up my alley. Star Wars, Disney parks, and toys. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dano channel. I am Dano and I'm back with another Star Wars Galaxy's Edge shop review, Price is Right game kind of thing that I'm doing. So over the last few weeks, I've been looking at all the new information that's coming out regarding Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. We got a bunch of new information that came out during Star Wars Celebration, some of the merch, and while Disney hasn't given official prices yet, with my experience buying stuff from both Disney parks and a bunch of Star Wars stuff, I feel like I've got a pretty good idea as to, you know, what these things will cost on average. So I'm guessing the prices. We're looking at what's going to be available, and we're just kind of trying to figure out how to plan, how to budget for this thing, because it's not going to be cheap, but it'll be worth it. So, today we're going to be taking a look at Toydarian Toymaker. And again, before we get into it, I got to mention, you got to subscribe. Subscribe, hit the notifications. I'll be doing more Galaxy's Edge content. Yes, I'm going to be vlogging Galaxy's Edge. I got my time slot for Friday, May 31st, Saturday, June 1st, Saturday, June 8th. I'm going to be in Galaxy's Edge. I'm going to be one of the channels that gets all that good footage. Lightsabers are a priority. Accurate and 100% like complete pricing is a huge priority for me. On food, toys, merch, everything. So when I get there, that's what I'm going to be filming. I want to enjoy it, yes, but a big part of it is to be able to share it with you guys. So like I said, make sure you subscribe. Share these videos with friends and family who are going, who love Star Wars, who love Disney parks. And that's it. All right, on to the Toydarian Toymakers. All right, so let's take a look at what the Disneyland website has to show here. It says, Toydarian Toymaker opening on May 31st, 2019. Browse handcrafted toys and collectibles at this whimsical workshop in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Now look at that artwork. That artwork is actually really cool looking. There's a lot of neat stuff going on in there. Look at that. There's like Star Destroyers hanging. There's pieces of ships over on the wall over here. I think I see a Toydarian up in the corner. This looks really neat. It looks like there's a lot of stuff everywhere though. Look, there's droids on the floor. This is going to be a really cool looking shop. I like they look like planets, don't they? And there's little ships hanging in the ceiling. I used to have a bathroom that actually looked just like that. It was my Star Wars bathroom. All right, let's read the bottom little blurb here. Playful souvenirs for the whole crew. No galactic traveler should return home empty-handed. Here in this humble, jumbled shop, you'll find all manner of artisanal playthings and collectibles handmade by the busy toy maker, Zabaka the Toydarian. Her fantastical storefront is cluttered with crates of toy-making supplies and other unique works in progress, including a Tauntaun rocking horse. What? Zabaka's silhouette is often visible through the frosted back window of her workshop as she flits around crafting Wookiee dolls and classic games like Chance Cubes and Sabacc. Keep your young crew members entertained on the long space flight home with trinkets to treasure from Toydarian Toymaker. That's so cool. First off, we have our big sign. It just says Toydarian Toymakers. Is that a gecko? Look at that lizard thing. What is that lizard thing? I think that's for a booth behind everything. I don't think that has anything to do with Toydarian Toymakers. Let's look at this big old display. Whoa, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot. I see plushies, I see musical instruments. Okay, let's do our first close-up here. On the top left, we've got a Kylo Ren and a Stormtrooper plushie. And they have this kind of like handmade vibe to them. I'm going to guess for all of these plushies, I'm going to guess $12.95. Maybe $14.95. But I think they're going for like handmade. They don't look like huge plushies. They're probably smaller, a little thinner. I don't imagine them to cost a whole lot. $10 would be too low. It's Disney. But I think between 10 and 14, or 12 and 15, something like that. 12 and 15 in that range looks about right. I feel like if they're really upcharging, $16.95 tops. Nothing higher than that. But I'm thinking about 12 to 15 range is probably what we should expect for this. More plushies and get a little closer look there. Darth Vader. I like what they did there. Yoda looks really cute. I like the big eyes. And same with the Ewok. It's not Wicket. It says Ewok on there. Very interesting. Below them, we've got Leia. Very cool. Clearly you can tell it's Leia by the buns. Lando, young Lando, with the yellow shirt. I like it. And the cape, of course, and the tie. And Chewbacca. I like that Chewie. That's a really cute Chewie. Again, I think these are all going to be just about the same price. I don't think they change or vary the pricing much on those. Next up, we've got Jabba the... Okay, so it's funny I said that. Jabba the Hutt will probably be a little bit more. Maybe he'd be 19, 1999, 1995, something like that, 1997. Good years, all of them. But I think Jabba the Hutt's going to be a little bit more just because he's bigger. And I think they can get away with charging a couple bucks more. Underneath Jabba, we see Rey. Okay, so maybe another exception here. The Porg might be cheaper because he's smaller. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, the Porg is a lot smaller. And then we have Finn on the end. It looks like there were, if you look close, there were price tags. There were price tags on there, and they ripped them off. Interesting. What is that Death Star thing? There's this little, like, Death Star ceramic. It looks like a commemorative plate, by the way. It's in that little stand, but I can't, I have no idea what it is, so it's hard for me to gauge a price on that. All right, underneath those plushies, though, we have Watto, a Toydarian. Of course, you have to have a Toydarian in Toydarian Toy Shop, right? What else? What is that? What the heck is that thing next to Watto? I feel like I'm fairly well-versed in my Star Wars creatures, but I don't know what that is. Maybe it's because it's, like, more, like, kitty looking. Like, you know, it's got that, like, simplified look to it. If you guys know what that is, and I know there's going to be a bunch of you who do, comment below and tell me what, like, inform me, please. This is a community. Inform me as to what that red and white thing is. It looks like a tooth. It looks like a bloody tooth, like, upside down, like, with the roots still. That's a very vivid picture, but it looks interesting. So, in the top center, we've got the Dejeric board game. Dejeric? How do you guys pronounce it? I say Dejeric. I say Dejeric. I'm like, I don't even know what I say. It's a cool idea. It looks like it's wooden, and it comes with checkers. So I think if you flip it on the other side, it's got a regular checkerboard. That's cool. I would pick that up. The pieces don't look too crazy, so my guess is gonna be $30, $34.95. If the Disney Parks version of Clue that's themed to, like, Haunted Mansion, or, like, Life that's themed, I think it's Life is themed to Haunted Mansion, and Clue is themed to Tower of Terror. Those, like, board games that they sell are around $35, I think $35 to $40. I would expect this to be in that range. 35 to 40 is probably what that's going to be. Especially it's Star Wars, and it's cool looking. So underneath that, we've got the Moisture Evaporator. Now, at Disney parks, both Disneyland in Anaheim, California, and the Disney Studios Park, what's it called now? Hollywood Studios Park? And they have the new logo, and it looks weird. But Hollywood Studios Park at Disney World, Orlando, Florida, both of them get very hot over the summer. Very, very hot. And so you need the fan with the moisture blower. So this thing holds water, and it's a fan. And it looks like a Star Wars moisture evaporator. That's perfectly themed. Like, they sell these fans at squirt bottles anyways. And it's perfectly themed for Star Wars. I don't think I'd ever buy one. I would just take my jacket off and be like, no, I'm fine. I'll be fine. But that's cool. I love it. It's a cool idea. I'm going to guess $14. I think 13 to $14. There's no way it's less than that. Who is next? Okay, so in the center next to the evaporator, we've seen this in another video that I did. Jin's Stormtrooper doll from Rogue One. When she, in the very opening scene of Rogue One, she's a little girl. She has this wooden Stormtrooper doll. That's it. It's on a very nice display stand. I'm guessing somewhere in the $40 to $50 range, because even though it's, like, very simple, it's kind of like a mock prop. It's not really a toy. It looks more like a fancy... I think that's going to be more expensive. What do you think? Again, that Death Star thing, I don't know what that Death Star is. It almost looks like it could be a pad of paper or like a set of commemorative plates, which would be weird. I don't know. I don't understand what that is. Anyone have any idea what that Death Star is? I don't. But underneath those, the Droopy McCool, right? I think that's Droopy McCool's flute. Yeah, Droopy McCool musical instrument with sound effects and authentic music. So, these instruments, they have things where you can play notes. Like, you can play like individual notes, but then if you hit like a certain button, it'll play like a whole song. So you can, like, if you're terrible at it and you're not really musically inclined, you can still play the whole, like, song. So he'll probably play songs from Jabba's Palace. And the next one, which is Figurin Dan's flute, Figurin Dan and the Modal Notes from the Cantina, Mos Eisley Cantina. We all know the song. That's his flute. And it does the same thing. There's these little, like, a little grid where his fingers are there. And you can hit, there's certain notes, and then there's certain ones that, like, play the whole song. And I think that's the one I'm going to buy first. I might buy both. But I think on my first trip, I'm going to buy that musical instrument. I play guitar. I like to dabble on the keyboard, so this would be kind of cool and fun to play around with. And yeah, I think I'm going to buy that, actually. If it'll fit in my backpack with my lightsaber, my droid, my creature, like everything else, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go home with that on the first trip. Okay, what do we got next? Oh, so this is just an overview. This time we can see the Ewok Drum. That Ewok Drum looks cool. Again, so for the instruments, I didn't give a price to it. I'm going to guess over 20, under 30, because it's a toy, right? I think 24, 22 to 25, like $22.95 to like $24.95 max on these toys. They're electronic. They are maybe less. I don't know, somewhere in that 20 range. There's no way these things go up to 30. They're toys, but I think Disney's going to squeeze you for at least 20 on these things. That seems about right that they would do that, because they are functional and they have electronics. That drum is probably going to be like 20. It does look really cool though. I like the look of it. I like the fact that it's got the strap and you can wear it. Also, and we've talked about this item too, there's the Zabaka card games on that table, if you look closer to the left. So that's kind of cool. That'll be sold there. And I had a feeling some of this stuff that we saw, like the Zabaka card game, some of the other items in a previous video, I thought they were going to be for the Toydarian Toymaker. So this is a good excuse for me to plug my other Galaxy's Edge videos. There'll be a card up above somewhere, probably over here, that you can go click after this video. Click a little eye. There's a little eye in the corner. I pick specific videos that are related to this, so when this one's over, you can go watch the rest if you haven't already seen them. And I know some of you haven't seen them because the lightsaber one got a ton of views, and the other ones did good, but some not as good as the others, so there's plenty to watch. Lots of good Galaxy's Edge news and info out there. Alright, next up, we've got the Crate Dragon 3D wood model. And that looks cool. I'm going to guess 13 bucks. 14 bucks. It's kind of nicer, huh? It's got a lot of little intricate pieces. 20 bucks? I wouldn't pay more than 20 bucks for that. I'm going to say 17. Let's say 17's my guess. We'll see in a couple weeks. Next up, there is a case. Look at this cool little plexiglass case with a bunch of neat stuff inside. So on the top right of that case are these little wooden figures. Those look a lot like those art things. So I paint. You can see I painted that diorama back there. I do painting and artwork. I'm going to be painting some hats with a couple things. I'm actually going to be putting RX, actually I think on this hat, the Star Tours hat, I'm going to be putting RX-24 underneath this hat. I've got another hat I'm going to be putting Hondo. That's why I bought the figures as reference. So I'm going to have like Galaxy's Edge themed hats when I'm there. But I do artwork. And part of doing artwork are these figure like models, like these wooden figures. And they run like 20 bucks for something that size. Plus these are Star Wars. And they have like a wooden stand and stuff. Those are the same thing, but painted Star Wars, and the heads are sculpted a little different. But those are those, like, art mannequins, the little art mannequins. I'm going to guess 25 to 27, maybe? It's a lot for a toy. And it's wooden. But there's no way it's less than 20. Because those things brand new at, like, Michael's Arts and Crafts, it's like $17.99 for a decent-sized one. So it's almost 20 bucks. These are painted, and they're Star Wars. And they're Disney parks, so all those things make that price go up. I'm going to guess 25 bucks. Because I think higher than that's going to be a hard sell. Alright, to the left of those, we've got, looks like there's R2 and 3PO. Again, I'm going to guess. Those are probably a set for 25. Or for like 27, you get both, because they're both on one stand. And above them is the Sandcrawler. It's a wooden Sandcrawler. 25 bucks. I'm going to guess 25. Maybe 30. I feel like these prices just sound so high. But it's Disney, and they know people are going to buy it. They know I'm going to buy it. Underneath that, we've got the little, it's like a puzzle, the little thing you turn and you can make different figures. That one looks to be, I think it's Han Solo. There's a Rebel pilot. And they look funny. The faces on those they kind of remind me of like Beavis and Butthead side characters. Not Beavis or Butthead, but like the townspeople. Like the look on their face, everything going on in there. Like he, like Tom Anderson. Like it looks like weird '90s cartoon drawing. I'm gonna guess between. That's pretty simple. Between 13 and 17 is my guess for that. I don't think that's gonna be cheaper. There's gotta be toys that are like under the $10 mark. I'm trying to think what at Disneyland is under the $10 mark. It's not much usually. But there's got to be something. That might be it. That might be the $9.95 toy or something. Or maybe it's some of this other stuff. As it opens up, you can see there's more stuff here. What do we got coming up? There's some tin toys. There's more wooden toys. Here's a look. There's a wooden Millennium Falcon at the top. Again, I'm going to guess $20. 17 to 24, that range. It's a big range, but between 17 something, or about 17 to like 24. Same with the TIE Fighter. It's basic, but it's nice. It's well made. There's a lot of even like where the wings attach, you can see the star kind of shape. I'm going to guess like 20, 25 bucks for these things. Hopefully, I'm hoping they're cheaper. I am guessing high, because if I over budget for this, then when I get there and I have more money left over, that means more stuff. So I'm guessing in my mind what I think is going to be a little high. On the bottom, we have another one. This is Darth Vader and a Stormtrooper, so it's the dark side version. We saw the light side one. Here's the dark side one. Next, in the center, there's a tin Millennium Falcon and a tin Landspeeder up top. Okay, these might be the cheap toys. These might be the sub $10 toys. There's not much to that. It's just like vacuum tin, like two pieces stuck together. Vacuum. The Landspeeder may have a third piece with that little back rotor thing, the back little engine. But I'm gonna guess these are the $10. These are the like $9.90 or $8.95 to $11.95 maybe, something around there. And we're to the last one in this case. Not Millennium Falcon. It's an X-wing. It's clearly an X-wing, a Resistance X-wing. That's cool. I like that. Like, I like this idea of these tin toys, these wooden toys, these very handmade kind of items. Again, I'm gonna guess about 25 bucks for that. But it's neat. I'd love to see like little kids in their strollers, like with the little tin Millennium Falcon chewing on it, like little babies do. You know, you can give a baby that, and they're not gonna hurt themselves. It's just wood. Maybe the paint's not great for them, but guys, that's what we know so far. Now, I did cover some of the other stuff in a previous video, so go back and watch the other videos. That way you can see some of the other items. But for what's on display right here, right now, those are my guesses. What are you going to pick up here? I'm going to pick up musical instruments. I don't think I'm personally going to get any of the plushies, but I'm definitely going to pick up, eventually, both of those musical instruments. Maybe the Crate Dragon puzzle. I'm trying to think what else. The wooden and tin toys aren't really my thing, but maybe. I do actually like that TIE Fighter a lot. I think it looks cool. But again, I want to know, what are you guys picking? What are you picking up? What Toydarian toys are you going to be walking out of Black Spire Outpost with in your hands? Let me know in the comments down below. Again, make sure you subscribe. Thumbs up the video, please. Thumbs up, share, share, share. Friends, family, Facebook, Reddit, Twitter, wherever you can share it. It's much appreciated. Because that's it. I'm going to end this. You know I love you. Until next time, may the Force have with you. And goodbye forever. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want more Galaxy's Edge news, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you have the notifications turned on, and check out one of these playlists. I've been putting all these Galaxy's Edge videos up here for you. I'm going to be vlogging, I'm going to be covering it, I'm going to be getting prices all for you.
May the Force be with you. Bye. Forever.